So speaking of education, we provide educational materials to the public. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we have information cards that we can hand out that talk about things such as spaying and neutering, overpopulation, proper animal care, dog care, cat care. We have information cards that talk about seasonal hazards, things that you need to watch out for in the summer with your animals, things you need to watch out for in the winter with your animals, ways that you can keep your animals safe around the holiday times. We have all sorts of information cards like that. We have brochures and pamphlets that talk about introducing animals into your home. Let's say that you already have a dog at home and you'd like to bring another dog home, and there's proper ways to introduce these animals to make sure that you have a very nice, harmonious household. Same thing. Let's say you want to bring in another cat. Let's say you have a dog and you want to introduce a cat, or if you already have a cat at home, you want to bring in a cat, or if you already have a cat at home, you want to bring in a dog. Any of those permutations, we have information that can help you out with that. So we have those kinds of things. We have materials for teachers. If any teachers out there would like to incorporate humane education into their everyday lessons, we have teacher packets full of educational games, educational activities, and worksheets, those kinds of things. We have coloring books available for children. There's all sorts of things that we can hand out to whoever's interested.
It's quite a variety.
I'd like to think so.
Like you said, most of this information can be found on our website.
Exactly.
Correct? So once again, that address is on the screen. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about what we can find on our website?
On the website, there's all sorts of things that we can find. Number one, the biggest reason why people come to the Anti-Cruelty.org website is because they want to see the animals that we have up for adoption. And when you land on the homepage, there's a special spot that you can click on. It'll take you right to the adoption page. You can see all of the dogs and cats that we have up for adoption. And remember that we adopt animals so quickly, and we adopt animals every single day, and sometimes it's very difficult to keep up with the animals that we have on the website. So it's not necessarily a real-time listing of all the animals that we have, but we do try to get that site updated every day. So it's pretty current, but it's not, like I said, it's not real-time. As soon as an animal gets adopted, we don't run to the website and change that around.
Okay.
Now they can also find out all the different events that we have coming up. We have events such as, like we were talking about, the public lecture series. We have a benefit coming up. It's Raining Cats and Dogs. All that information is up on the website. There's a special area for finding out all those different information cards that we talked about. All of that information is up on the website. So the introducing the animals, the holiday hazards, the seasonal hazards, the overpopulation information, the proper animal care as far as dogs go, as far as cats go, that's all up on the website. So there's just so much going on there. And we're also looking at expanding the website and bringing even more information to it. We're going to have all of our quarterly newsletters, our quarterly magazine. It's all going to be up on the website in downloadable PDF form. We're going to have a special children's section up there, so not only can children download the coloring books, they can also participate in some fun activities, games, that sort of thing. And there's a lot going on with the website.
Now I know one of the other things that we do at the Anti-Cruelty is produce some educational films, which I know that you are a part of the production. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, way back, I've been at Anti-Cruelty for over 20 years now, and back when I first started in the education department, we found that when we would go out and give programs in the schools, we would like to have a nice audio-visual material to bring with us. And everything that was out there wasn't really fitting exactly what our needs were. So we decided at that point to just go ahead and make our own so that it would be exactly what we were looking for. And that started a whole trend for us, because the movies that we have produced, we work with a filmmaker who's based out in California. He's worked with us on every single one of our films. As a matter of fact, we have 6 films that we've completed over the years. And each film talks about a different topic. It talks about a different aspect of what it is that we're trying to convey to the community and to the children. Our first film that we did was called Protecting the Web, and that talks about the interconnectedness of all living things and how we are responsible for all living things. Even if people don't have a dog or a cat at home, it's still part of our responsibility to make sure that these animals are cared for. The next film that we did was called A New Friend for Life, and that one talks specifically about what to do when you bring an animal home for the first time and what to expect when you bring an animal into your household, because a lot of times people think they have a real romanticized version of what it is to have a dog or a cat. And when we give programs out in the schools, we try to really convey to the children that it certainly is a lot of fun and it's a very rewarding experience to have a dog or a cat, but it's also a lot of work, it's a lot of responsibility that goes into having an animal. So A New Friend for Life talks about some of those responsibilities. Then the next film that we did was one called The Power of Compassion, and that one talks a lot about the way that animal shelters fit into society as a whole, and it delves even deeper into the whole idea that we are all responsible for the dogs and cats that are out there, even if we don't have them in our homes right now. Mm-hmm. After that, we did one called Patterns of Abuse, and that one was a very special film for us because that was a film where we were able to really explore the connection between human abuse and animal-directed violence. It's a very, very important topic, and it's a topic that we need to really get out and get people to understand. After that one, we did a film called One Last Fight, and that one talks very specifically about dogfighting and the problems associated with dogfighting, including all of the ways that dogfighting affects animals, the way that it affects people, specifically children, and the way that dogfighting has an impact on the community. And then the last film that we produced, this was about a year and a half ago. That one is called Making a Difference. And that talks, again, it revisits the idea of how all of our actions are very important as far as going toward making a difference for animals. So these films are education films. They're distributed across the country. Other shelters have these. They use these, and we're very, very proud of them.
Excellent.